Okay, it's been like 3 weeks since we last recorded, so that's real good. And we're both definitely going to remember everything about this game, which is good because it's a mystery investigation game where you should keep careful track of all the information you receive in order to solve the puzzles.
Yeah, I've actually, I think, demonstrated through the last few videos that I am just very overly qualified and skilled at playing this game.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that we're putting a little bit of a handicap on me
Oh,
here
yeah.
with the extra time.
I definitely remember exactly whatever it was we last looked at in this game. However, I can tell you, we finished the Doom sequence last time, and
That's
that
right.
means you need to go exploring around the ship to find a new corpse to investigate.
Okay, so I just pulled up the Doom actually, and so we do see this conclusion.
Hmm.
Are these other questions that I need to answer?
Yes. So when you finish a chapter, it'll tell you here are some other people who we don't have their corpse, we don't know the moment of their death, but they are gone by the beginning of the next chapter, and so you got to figure out what happened to them.
Got it. Okay. Well, let's look for some more bodies.
Yep. I will give you a general hint that you should be going down. That there's stuff on the lower levels of the ship.
Sensible. Okay. So this was the cannon area. Definitely remember that. Oh yes, this was the. Was this the pooper, or was that someone
Yes, no, that was the guy taking a dump.
else? Very important way to close out that chapter.
Hmm.
Got the cannons. It is kind of interesting now that I think about it that all these people died and the ship wasn't destroyed. Wonder if they're going to touch on how that came to be.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm guessing this is blood.
Yeah, probably, or at least a blood stain.
So, based on the fact that there's not a lot of bodies already down here, and my lack of familiarity with this, I don't recall exploring this area much.
Nope, you have not explored down here.
Okay. Well, we've got some weapons. Giant ropes. It's very important on a ship, I presume.
I think those are probably the anchor cables, but I don't actually know.
Okay. More tools.
Ah, this is a carpenter's workshop.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, look
Was
at
there
that.
one? Was there one of these on the other?
There is not. Actually, if you go to the map real fast, it's been on there the whole time. There's a button to go all the way back to the very beginning of the book. I don't know what it is on friggin'
Well,
Xbox.
it's definitely not this. This is a bad
No.
way to do it.
Um,
Probably under the ship.
yeah, yeah. But if you look at the map of the ship and the deck plans, you can see
Yeah.
there's the port and starboard walks on this level.
Right.
They are a weird thing, and Lucas Pope has said that like he didn't make them up. That we're not completely sure what purpose they served. It's possible that they were like an extra layer of defense against hull breaches, basically.
Huh.
But like that's a thing that was built into ships of the time period for some reason or another.
But these are walls. These aren't. There's not even windows along this.
Well, so that's the hull of the ship out there, and then there's that
Right.
like interior wall. So it's not like a walk around the outside. It's just this little.
Are we below water right now? Presumably.
I think so, but I can't swear to it.
Gotcha.
You should see whether there's any exterior windows or not. That will rapidly confirm whether you are above the waterline or not.
Okay.
Note that there are interior windows.
Yeah.
That might be interesting at some later point.
I know. Yeah. Okay. So this is great for spying. Oh, I just had my watch pull up for a second.
Yes, you did.
What were the circumstances that caused that to happen?
Proximity to a corpse.
Odd that I can't get it to trigger again.
It's okay. I'm surprised it triggered in here in the first place.
Well, this is a very interesting...
Like, I know precisely what it was reacting to, and I'm genuinely surprised that it triggered from where you were standing.
Got it. Oh, look at the blood splatter up on the ceiling, too. Bad shit going down here.
Oh, yes.
So we can open doors, but we can't open chests.
Yeah, and you never need to open chests.
Oh, this is a... very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see what this is about.
Turns out, doesn't need to be a human body.
Wow.
Let her here. One swing. Get through the skull in stone or brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it. Here? Yeah. Come on before she kicks up. You all right there, sir?
What? Never been on a farm, John?
Mind your shoes now.
Wow. Okay. A non-human death.
And no, you will not be asked to record how the cow died.
I was actually thinking that they probably would. So is this just like a bonus thing then? Or?
Well, no, it starts off an interesting... Actually, does it? No, maybe not. I don't remember whether you get something directly out of this or not. Other than some very valuable information.
Sure.
That was a particularly useful cutscene.
How was that a particularly useful cutscene?
You got information out of it.
Okay. Well, that would at least qualify it as a useful cutscene.
That's what I said.
You said particularly useful.
Well,
Eh.
I say particularly useful because you will be able to make far more identifications than normal based on that one single cutscene. Ah, that's right, that corpse. I thought that this started a chain.
I see. Ooh, this is early. Okay. And it all starts with the cow. The orlop deck. Okay. Ooh, murder. Okay, nothing to it. Oh, Charlie. We got a name Charlie. That's good.
And we have work being done.
Well, what do you mean work being done? Not from this text.
No, but in the cutscene,
Right.
something useful for us is happening.
Well, there's this, of course.
Yep, you can actually make some ID calls right now over by that initial little scene, though.
Oh, yeah, well, Charlie is probably the one puking. Gotta shake the rust off on what I do to identify this individual, though.
Not that. That's alright, you can hop back into the scene after you activate that other corpse. Weirdly, I actually got quote-unquote stuck in my game at one point briefly because I didn't realize that this particular corpse, I thought I had investigated, but apparently I had not. So I spent like 5 minutes wandering all over the frickin' ship trying to find out what I was missing in terms of my memories. And I like walked over this dude multiple times without realizing, oh, I should probably investigate him at some point. I do recommend that you go wrap up that previous scene first, though.
Can I jump into it from
Nope,
this?
you have to always go back to the corpse.
Fascinating.
Some people have complained that this is a weakness of the game's sort of usability. I like it. Honestly, I feel like it would weaken the game if you could jump straight into memories from the book. I think the way it forces you to ground your investigation in the physical space of the ship is really good.
Stone or brain. I'll cut
It would have been more annoying if they had forced you to watch those cutscenes.
Yeah, because the ship isn't that big. It takes you max 60 seconds to walk from any point to any other. Probably less. So yeah, the thing you did where you zoom in on the guy and then there's a button you can click. Yeah, and now if you click there on him, in the map, in the picture.
Yeah, I'm just struggling with my own stupidity. Let me try this again. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can almost certainly have a...
Bosun's mate makes sense, because he's probably an officer since he's not.
Could be. Are there
Used to
other
work.
Charleses?
Oh, Charles. Midshipman. Also makes sense, given the location. Well, I guess it's hard to say for sure, but...
But you
so we
can
gotta...
make an educated guess based on what you do know about those two Charleses.
So there's Charles England and Charles France. I think England.
Why? Explain your reasoning to me, would you?
I wasn't picking up an accent, but maybe he didn't speak.
Nope,
I guess
that's a good take. Also, it's much less likely that a French Charles would be nicknamed Charlie.
Oh. Man, the attention to detail in this is really strong.
So yeah, I agree. I think that is a... Obviously, you can't be completely certain, but I think that's a very safe bet.
Oh, also because of the position in this photo.
Uh-huh. He's...
Potentially, midshipman makes sense.
Because he's standing with a bunch of other people dressed similarly, and not, for instance, next to the bosun.
Yeah. Justice at sea.
You'll understand what that's all about at some point soon.
John?
All right. Now, you can also make a useful deduction based on what these three people are doing.
Sounds like someone's having a little trouble getting to bed tonight.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. Get him wrapped up and see to the last right.
No, just real basic stuff. What are they doing, Matt?
They're slaughtering. So they're a butcher or...
So there is probably one of them is the butcher, yeah.
And I guess if you look at... That's probably the guy who... Probably this closest one. Yeah, he's wearing a butcher's apron.
Mm-hmm. Up at the top of this page.
Oh, butcher.
Yep.
The Irish butcher.
I agree. I think that's a really safe call. Between the way he's dressed and his role in the slaughter, and you can tell that the guy directing the slaughter is the one who's like, and I'll slice the throat. So he's in the right position to be the one in charge of that. So yeah. I know I'm giving you a lot of help here, but like this kind of trying to get over that hump of 3-week delay.
Yeah, no, it's great. When they say get him wrapped up and see to the last rites, did they do last rites on animals? Because that's making me think that this has to do with the deceased individual being carried up the staircase.
That's an interesting idea. Quite possibly, but I don't know that you can make any useful deductions from that.
No, I guess that's just in the realm of interesting, more than anything else. Oh, I guess I should look around here and see, because it said 10 were present, so that's 4.
There's
Oh my
the
God.
2 Formosans sitting there.
6.
Sorry, spoilers, but they're pretty obvious.
Yeah, there's our 10 right there. Okay. Well, let's hop out of here. Unless you think I should label a Formosan.
Well, so here's the thing. If you zoom in on and like look at the Formosan's image and the drawing, this is why I don't feel bad about spoiling this. Look at the drawing and where they
Yeah.
are. No, like, pull up the drawing. Don't just... Formosan
Formosan.
royalty. So, like, I'm not spoiling shit by saying, oh, they're Formosan. But yeah, you can make a guess, but you can't... You can, like, if you go to try anyway, you can see why this is a little tricky.
Because they're passengers?
Yeah, because you don't know which one of them is which.
Right.
You know that, like, oh, two of them appear to be guards, and the other two appear to be the actual royalty in question, but they're all listed as passengers, so...
Sensible. What, sorry, where is Formosa?
Formosa is an old name for Taiwan.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, and this guy has a monkey.
Yes, he does.
Alright, let's go learn some more stuff. How do I get out of here?
You find the door.
Ah, yes.
Oh, one thing I will point out, when you're in the ones down here, it's always useful to look around the corners, and particularly on the orlop deck to see if there's anything worth seeing in the port and starboard walks.
Right. Which I can't get to from this angle due to that door being right there. But maybe I can from here. No, it does seem like it doesn't want me to get to those walks.
Okay. There might not be anything on this one. I'm just saying in general, you should be attentive to that. And there's nothing you can see inside that doorway to the left.
I walked in there earlier, and it
Yeah.
didn't appear to be. Alright, let's see what happened to this poor bastard.
Well,
Same as the other fellow. Some lung disease, non-consumption. Made worse by the cold.
we have spread.
If so, we all have it. They must have picked it up at the Alaska house. I checked all hands just now, and everyone is healthy.
And him. What are his chances?
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
So, not good then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's, because it always shows you the moment that they die.
Uh-huh.
So this cavalier fellow may actually be the doctor, the person saying all those laid-back things. I guess this guy is probably the one treating him.
That seems more likely, I agree.
But because the guy treating him was so cavalier about the whole thing, this attitude is a little more embodies it.
Yep.
But I think this is it.
Well, the other thing is, remember, there's a conversation, and you've got two people in this little tableau who appear to be in a conversation with each other.
Right, could be surgeon and surgeon's mate. And if it were, it would be the surgeon's mate who was,
Well, look at the
administering.
wait until you can look at the dialogue. I think.
Okay. Oops, not what I meant to do.
Just put unknown if you want. Yeah, there you go. Oh, well,
Okay.
who is that guy? Is that someone you know already? The one standing up there?
Yeah, I believe so. Third mate Martin Parrott.
All right. So the third mate appears to be in conversation with someone.
Right. And that would probably be the surgeon, although I don't know why the surgeon's mate would be so chill. So maybe that's not the surgeon's mate at all.
But I agree that your deduction of the surgeon, that logic makes sense to me.
Well, let's double check the script.
Yep.
Some lung disease. So is disease a way that someone can die?
I think so, but you should double check.
The Lasker house.
You should do a quick Google search for that, maybe. For what
Oh, really?
a Lascar house is.
Alright. I'll bite. Let's see. Was a sailor or militiaman from the Indian subcontinent.
Okay.
Sometimes lived in Christian charity homes, boarding houses, and barracks.
All right. So that is useful.
Oh, so the deceased person is probably a sailor or militiaman.
From
Right. India.
Mhm.
Wow.
that is absolutely not cheating.
That's fascinating. Do you think the game maker intended people to have this much general trivia, sailor knowledge at their
Nope.
fingertips?
I
No
had
way.
no idea. I Googled it when I got that phrase.
Well, definitely illness, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an India steward. Oh, and then lots of Indian seamen.
4 total.
Not great.
Nope.
Okay. Good to know. I wish there was a notes section where you could just like type your own notes.
That's what pen and paper are for.
No. Don't be silly.
All right.
Okay.
Did you go ahead and pin an ID on the surgeon, or who you think the surgeon is?
I should go ahead and do that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably going to be our next corpse.
So, hey, did you notice anything about those 2 people crouched down there? And
Yeah, the headpiece sticks out to me.
yeah, look at both of them on the drawing. See where he is on the drawing?
What?
Now look at the
mean-
one crouching next to him.
Oops.
Well, yeah, so that's the guy who. So you've got one guy crouched next to the
Yeah.
other guy who died of the illness.
Right.
And so we've got all these people crouched all together, suggesting what?
Well, that they're friends or that they work together, and also maybe if the illness spread that. Well, no, because this guy's crushed by a beast. But I should see what this guy is.
But there's a 4th one in that little crew. Look at the one on the far left. Yeah, you don't know him yet.
So I buy that these are probably, of the same station, I guess, based on this portrait.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I guess, from this time period, they probably would have been the same nationality.
I mean, does a collection of 4 individuals of the same station ring a bell from the last minute?
Oh, do you think they might be the 4 Indians?
Seems plausible.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say
Good to
for
know.
now.
Yeah, that's good to know. Is this a traditional Indian headpiece?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Yeah, me neither. It does look recognizable, just I'm not recognizing it.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is going to be our next one. Ha! I'm not playing your game, Smoke. Bet you a lot of people walk in a circle for that one.
That's, oh god, I don't even know what alphabet that is. I was about to tell you, but now I'm not sure.
Well, I'm presuming it's from India.
Yeah, it's definitely an Indian alphabet, but I actually don't know which one. I'm sorry.
And Russian, right?
Yes, that was Russian.
Oh, this is fascinating. So, okay, he was sick and dying, right? Because in the freeze frame, it kind of looks like he's being murdered, but I don't think that's
No, I don't think he's being murdered. The guy's holding a lantern, not a blade.
It's true. It's something about the opening framing like this
Yeah,
sort of makes it.
but if you look around, you can see he's not.
the lower decks, sleeping in our hammocks, playing some cards, passing out from a horrible disease, I guess.
You can actually 100% identify this dude right now.
On grounds that he's a lower decks person, not very important, and from Russia.
Look at the dialogue. Go back and look at the dialogue.
Stop you cheating. Worry about yourself. Oh, Syed, get up. Drink something. What is that? Stop your cheating. Worry about yourself. Oh, that must be the Russians at the card game.
Very good.
Okay. Syed, get up, drink something.
Yeah, this is one of those scenes that gives you a whole bunch of information that's peripheral to the actual death at its center.
Got it. So here we have Syed. Oh, last name. Well, but in some cultures they go by the name that's listed second. I'm not sure about that, though.
But there's only one person named Syed on the entire roster.
That's true. I mean, it's kind of just expired if they said drink something.
Yeah, but
I
you
guess
know,
it's an illness.
from the later scene, you know that multiple of these people died to whatever this illness is, right?
Yeah. 22 others were present.
There's a lot of people here.
Oh, because each of those hammocks is full.
Many of them, yeah. So there's a ton of little information in this scene that's very subtle, and you don't need to notice it right now. But this is a really, really useful little vignette for some of the later identifications if you don't want to brute force them.
Very interesting. All right, good to know.
So I would spend some time just kind of looking around, seeing if you can spot any useful details before you exit.
Okay. Well, some are sleeps covered up. I wonder if those... Oh, they do have bedding numbers. I don't know if that's going to come into play at some point.
How might that be relevant?
Well, like, if I knew that someone was in, you know, if they acknowledge someone's bunk number, or maybe if it was in the book somewhere.
Where in the book might that be?
Oh, maybe in the manifest it says which bunk numbers they were assigned. That'd be interesting. Guess we could take a look. I'm not sure where to start.
So flip through the pages.
Oh, maybe the deck plan has anything? No, that wasn't detailed enough for this. Oh, complete crew manifest. Okay. So I wonder if these numbers are relevant. Certainly seems possible. Yeah, I mean, like, do you think that it could be that simple?
Is
Like,
there
I
a
just
way
walk up
to? Is there a way that you could confirm this guess?
Well, I could see if 54 is Syed. Let's see. Because if so, that would be crazy useful. I could get like 10 people knocked out right here. 54. Why X? Why would you be X? So silly. Okay,
But if you, yeah, never mind. Sorry,
I wonder if I need to be able to see their face, though.
you do.
So here's 51. Okay. Okay, so I need to go to this page and see who 51 is. And it's Rajub, R-A-J-U-B. Okay, let's try it. Oops, wrong button. all the way down. Oh, the numbers are even right here. That's the same number. Oh, okay. Well, this is very useful. And that's why they all have frickin' blankets over them. Otherwise, you'd be able to knock out a ton right now.
Can you do anything with the other 2 Indians?
Yeah, they're probably all here together, so I'm gonna presume that this guy is 53. That doesn't seem like too much of a leap. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. This guy's 53. Okay. Yeah, smart of them to cover them up. Also, there's 5 in this bunk area. Are there? Oh no, there's only 4 hammocks here. That's interesting.
What about the dude sitting up in the back left with the necklace?
Yeah, should be able. Oh, I guess even though that's an X, we should be able to figure it out. 54, 51, 53. So I'm gonna go with 52.
And or the only remaining Indian seaman.
Right.
Do you know that I 100%ed this game and literally never noticed the fucking hammock numbers?
Really?
Really.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, you were helping me out a little bit by encouraging me to stay on the scene, but that was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, and you don't need the hammock numbers to get these 4, but noting that the hammock numbers are there will be useful for other stuff later that I did have to brute force.
The blankets, man. The blankets. Oh, well, this is helpful too, because I don't know who's which, but I do know their numbers.
Well, you don't know that those are their hammocks necessarily.
That doesn't seem like too much of a leap. 3 empty hammocks, 3 people in the same area.
It's more of a leap than the other stuff was.
That's fair. Okay, well, that was good. I'm proud of this scene. That worked. Okay, so let's get out of here. Oh, actually, unless there was something else you feel like I should have been paying attention to.
That's the big one. You're going to need to come back to this scene later when you're getting into the nitty-gritty of, like, trying to pick apart all the different seamen and tell them apart and stuff. And having noticed those hammock numbers will be very helpful at that point.
Does that mean we've finished A Bitter Cold?
Yep. There's only 3 memories in A Bitter Cold.
Ooh, now maybe we get to move on to murder.
But you do now have to find another corpse.
Interesting. So that cow skull was just for that tiny little image. I bet you a lot of people, it seems reasonable that you could have gone a fair bit of time and not noticed that. Or maybe a lot of people find it.
I mean, it does have the fuzzy aura.
Yeah.
But I do gather that several people don't notice it. I can also tell you that generally, if you open a door and there's not a corpse inside, you're not going to get a whole lot by exploring inside the room.
Got it.
This was apparently the surgeon's quarters. And I'm fairly sure the death map will confirm that explicitly.
Makes sense. Man, I'm so fascinated now by how this ship returned in good health. It's like really got me puzzled. Alright, let's see what we got on this side. No, we've already been through this stuff. Well, guess the search continues.
Yep, you haven't explored this deck all the way yet.
Oh, there we go. That's a good sign. So I should be able to get...
If you'll check the depth map, it'll actually confirm for you that you can't. It doesn't connect through on the port side.
Oh. Well, thank you for that little tip. Now I'll just
Yeah,
forgo
that's
checking.
that's not really a spoiler. I'm just trying to save you some time.
Okay. This... Oh, no, still not yet. It's just back here. Okay, I don't know why I'm overthinking it. You go to the back. You go around the edge. What an interesting design for these ships. You're totally right.
And yeah, there's no portholes, so I think we must be below the waterline. Which would also explain why we're hearing, like, you know, just creaking and not wind or waves or anything like that.
This body is quite disheveled here.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
This is going to be, actually, if you're like many players, one of the last deaths you are able to complete. Last fates.
Really?
It doesn't seem that hard, but it's going to be a really long time before you can figure out for sure what's up.
Okay. I can't even really tell what's happening in there.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of looks like a weird spider creature. I feel like we might be seeing more supernatural here. That's interesting, whatever that is. Wow. Okay, I just googled lazarette, by the way, which is a storage container or a compartment.
Yep. I think that may actually be in the glossary of the book.
Alright, what chapter are we? Before the Kraken, I think. Ooh, but chapter 5 was called Unholy Something.
Unholy Captive.
Fascinating. In the Port Walk.
That's where you are. That's literally the name of the location.
Got it. Secure the hold, someone shoot the damn thing. And so, this person... It's unclear why this person is in this port walk.
Yes, it is. Like I said, this is going to take you... Although if you look at him, you can sort of see what the cause of death was.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's something from this side shot through, or, you know, I'm guessing it's an accidental death.
Go down another window and you'll have a better perspective, I think.
But I don't know if it's an actual stabby tentacle arm thing through.
No. See the dude in white in the back? No.
Yeah. Shooting at the spider creature.
And now look back at the corpse.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
You see that little explosion coming out of him?
Totally.
Yeah.
He got shot through the wall on accident.
Yep. Now here's the
But
fun thing.
what was he doing back here?
That's a good question. Also, you want to see something fun? Try and zoom in on that the guy dressed in white that you think shot him. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't do that.
But it's not too surprising given the distance, right?
No, it isn't. But this is one of the really amusingly frustrating things. Is you know who did it, but it's going to take you for fucking ever to be able to identify that guy with any real confidence. Because you have to literally recognize him. You have to you can't just zoom in on him after you've identified him elsewhere. You need to, with your own eyes, figure out who that person is from recognizing the same person in a different scene.
Fascinating.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've got our first mate down here with whatever shenanigans are going on. Oh, here's another one I can pull up. And our bosun. Now, remind me what a bosun does again?
He's in charge of the seamen.
Right. Oh, there's our skull on the back wall.
Yep, that happened much earlier in the journey. Take a look at the ground real fast.
Yeah. Oh, he was already bleeding out.
Yeah. Or at least bleeding. Bleeding out is perhaps stronger a claim than we can necessarily make.
True. Here's our surgeon. It's kind of cool when you zoom in, you can see more of their body stance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's something real bad going down in there. Oh, yeah, this guy's... Oh, that's our butcher.
He dead.
You think he's our next corpse?
Sure doesn't look too healthy there.
And that's the surgeon. Man. Okay. Ooh, this guy looks guilty. I don't know of what.
Or, scared.
I like my thing more.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, we can go with scared too. Okay. Well, we were right about that.
I mean, look at him. He's fucking bleeding out of his mouth, curled over backwards, and...
Sensible.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a journey.
Can I beat the smoke there? Oh, I can't.
You literally cannot, no.
Yes, thank you, smoke. Please go. All the way around that thing. Alright, let's see.
I think we should do this one and call it an episode.
I've got you. Don't move. I'll get you down.
Ooh. Hopefully we get to be on... I know I'm supposed to be looking at that, but... Yeah, what is this thing? So, stabbed with a sword. Looks like someone's jumped onto him, or it, too.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing seems to be... That person seems to be stabbed, too.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that's going to be our next corpse, probably.
Is that... They're just throwing water on it? Or something, some liquid.
Nah, probably water.
Oh. Maybe this was a torch? Maybe there was a fire component? Wow, that is very interesting. But actually, come to think of it, this guy was dead when this creature was fully alive in the last cutscene that we just saw.
Weird.
So this creature can't be deceased right now.
You can probably, if you look carefully at this corpse, make a pretty good guess about the cause of death.
Don't move, I'll get you down. Give me that gun.
But take a look at the actual corpse that you're here to investigate.
I mean, yeah, it's quite stabbed by whatever unknown beast.
So take a look at your possible causes of death.
Okay. Well, clawed. Killed. Knifed. Speared? I don't know, there's a lot that would work from it.
There's one that seems really, really appropriate to what you were just looking at.
Would you say speared? That's what I'm leaning towards.
Look at what he is killed by.
Well, it was three, they kind of, I don't know, they sort of looked like spider legs that had been detached and shot through him.
Okay.
So I guess knifed?
I believe you would want to go with either speared or spiked for that.
Oh, spiked could be good. Was there a spiked?
Look at him. Friggin' look at the dude.
Oh, no, I know. I was so focused on speared.
Yeah, no, there's a spike right there.
By a terrible beast, okay. That seems correct. And who is speaking in this cutscene?
Well, presumably I'll get you down would be our friend the surgeon right there.
Right. Wow.
Before you activate that watch, take a look around.
Yeah, definitely. Bosun. Unknown. Also unknown. Their position in this photograph is very helpful and very generous that they give that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What a fascinating beast. I'm dying to learn more about how that got summoned, I guess is probably the word, or... Because the Kraken, you know, it could have just been in the sea if this is a world where monsters like that exist. But this creature doesn't seem like something that would have been in the sea. Well, maybe. No.
Can you
I don't
see
think
anything
so.
down either the starboard or port walk?
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I bet you're right, because this is probably going to show our guy. Here's the blood trail. Where does it start?
Unclear. There's too much blood to positively identify, I think.
Yeah, he's a little earlier along. Crawling. Not in a good way.
Clearly trying to hide, yeah. Alright. Well, I think that's most of what you can pick up from this scene.
Alright, should we see where the next corpse is? Or
Yeah,
just
let's
stop it right here?
activate let's activate the next corpse and then cut it for the night.
Is this what you meant by activate?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're about to learn what this beast is. Well, my theory is that this beast is going to come alive after this. Even though it's been stabbed so much, because in the next sequential thing, it's definitely alive.
That is a possibility. Are there
Or maybe
other...
there's a second one, or maybe it's gonna erupt out of this person and spread into someone else in that way. What's up with the water? I have a lot of questions. Alright, well, I'll catch you again next week.
Well, let's finish this sequence and then sign off. Come on.
Alright. That's fair. Oh, good. I was 80% positive I was in the right spot already. And then I followed it anyways. God damn it. Wow. Okay, so this is the corpse. Like the spider spawns in with the corpse.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting. It makes me wonder if it's something that like erupted out of face hugger style.
Now, I will tell you, by the way, after you're done with this, just go and do a quick Google image search for coconut crab.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I've seen that.
Okay. All right, well, we will figure out the answer to several of your questions next time.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. It's been fun.
Yeah, see you then.
See ya.